Now guess what? That's what everybody want to know now, how we cook with damn bone and make things so good.
That's bad.
Like
We in the
neck
South.
bone. Now they tell you now don't eat too much because you cholesterol and all them things like that. But back then we ain't getting up with no cholesterol. It was good eating.
Come on, man.
I really want to say Louisiana.
We back in Louisiana, bro. I don't know nowhere else they talk like this.
Right.
During the
South
Atlantic slave
Carolina.
trade.
Flam is a person, place, or thing who don't fulfill their
Charleston.
obligation. They say they're going to do something.
Gullah
They say they're going to do it.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it. Let's see. I don't know, like, accents. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I don't think, I mean, didn't we just get told that we sound like we're from Alabama?
Alabama.
Alabama, y'all.
I mean, I know we talk with a little drawl, but don't everybody in the South do?
So if we hear anything like that, I think we can identify it. I think we can.
They're going to be at Roots Chris cutting buttonholes, pacing up and down like a walking Charlie. You have a conniption fit. The seventh
New
word
York
smacker.
somewhere.
Show me the kern, daddy.
If you're used to saying
Show me the-
insurance instead of insurance, well, you might be quite sure of this American accent.
I just as soon drop a bomb on them all, or God forbid, flush them down a toilet with nothing more than a passing thought.
Some of the main
Turn
immigrant
it.
cultures
New
that
Orleans.
influenced this accent were West African, German, Italian, and Irish, especially those last two. But that's not all. Back in the 1700s, the area was a major hub for immigration, and the first colony here was actually French. You'll hear that in the
New
slang.
Orleans.
If we're excited or if we're angry, that's definitely going to give you a cue of how we're feeling.
Now I might buy me a house somewhere.
Oh, hey, you ain't never lying,
I
though.
was right.
She said it, though. She said when we're excited or when we're angry, you hear our accent a lot more. And you say that a lot, especially when
Yeah.
when you're real passionate about
yeah,
something.
Yeah. Y'all hear it. They come
It
out
kicks
the
in
video.
automatically, you know what I'm saying? And I felt that, like, when she said that, it's like hit home. Instantly, it hit home.
Yes, yes. When he says turlet, that's my people all the time. I have to correct myself from saying burl, furl, turlet. What else we say? We say Earl. You know, that's New Orleans.
Yeah.
And when he said the insurance instead of insurance,
Yeah.
insurance, we say insurance. What you say? Say it.
I wanna
Say it.
Insurance.
Yeah, yeah. That's Louisiana.
Okay.
And he talked about the Italian. First of all, he said French, Louisiana.
Yeah, I think that gave it away.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat. All right.
We got that one right.
All right. Not bad.
I never leave from uptown. This is where I know, you know.
Earl, yeah. Get a can of Earl. No,
Yeah.
Earl is the Chalmette. The sewer, that was a Zua.
You got it yet? Here's a big clue. There's one feature of this accent that's so distinct, it even has a name. They call it the Yat accent, as in,
Yat.
where yat? And
Where
a Yat is
Where
a
yat?
person from,
New Orleans. Now, don't hate on me for pronouncing it New Orleans.
that's just the
Yeah.
way that we say it in my neck of the woods.
And then the two that you should never ever say will be Nolans
Yeah, don't say that.
and New Orleans. Who gets a pass on New Orleans? British people.
Exactly, I claim my free pass. Here are some typical New Orleans words and phrases. Feel free to share
Mama.
other good ones you know
Yeah.
in the comments below.
Probably.
So
Who that?
the French claimed Louisiana in 1682. Then for a while it was given to Spain and then back to France. But French people didn't want to move to this area, so France sent a bunch of their death row prisoners to populate Louisiana. They were forced to marry in a mass wedding ceremony, shackled 2 by 2 and put onto a ship. How's that for a story? But there is a misconception that New Orleans is a southern drawl. It is not. It's also not the same thing as the local Cajun English. And if you ever wondered why this accent has a strong similarity to accents heard in New York, well, New Orleans got the exact same combination of immigrant groups.
She said that, yeah.
Oh, let's get going. High tide on the sand soil. Last night the waterfall night moonshine, no fish. Wait for good. Get it going.
Ever heard people
Get it
speaking
going.
like this? It's an endangered accent, so enjoy it while you can.
Ever since I can remember, somebody not from here was called a dingbatter.
Many of
That
the
ain't too
first
far,
speakers
though.
came from
That ain't
southwest
too
England
far.
and Ireland. The most interesting part, though, is the pirates. That's right. In the 1700s, pirates hid away from soldiers on these islands.
That's still
So their
Louisiana.
ancestors were
That's what it
pirates,
sounds like.
Native Americans, and English, Irish, Scots, sailors. They have a long history of isolation from the mainland. In fact, the dialects developed in almost complete isolation for over 250 years. Another fascinating thing about this American accent accent is that it's a rather archaic form of English known as tidewater raising. And a similar thing occurs in Canadian English. I'm talking about, of course, high tider English. If you want to hear it, head for the Outer Banks Islands of North Carolina.
Back 30 years ago, you used to get the prices we're getting now.
I was thinking more.
And it cost you triple to go out to fish them. Cost me over $300 a day just to go out.
The communities live in just a few small coastal towns like Ocracoke and Tangier Island. Their unique way of speaking has a bit of a bounce to it, and in linguistics, the way they pronounce their vowels is called goat fronting. Words like about, mouth, and house become about, moth, hose, although...
Oh, they're really cutting them
I'll
off.
leave it to the professionals to pronounce it.
High tide on the south side.
High tide on the south side.
High tide on the sound side. Here are some local words. Now, your turn. You know the drill.
No, because suppose. Okay, so when he was talking about like the pirates, I thought we were still like in Louisiana, because I was gonna say, you know, like Lake Charles. That's the area I was thinking of, but I would have never guessed North Carolina. I didn't know what that means.
Nah, neither did I. I mean, I thought it was somewhere up there, but I think it was mostly like in Louisiana. I was thinking too. See.
Yeah, and then he said Canada, so I was thinking maybe like Seattle, maybe.
I mean, it's good to hear different accents because you can identify the location, but some of these right now so far, that one actually was a little different. Yeah. That's a little different.
That was different.
Supposedly, he just got a boat.
I don't know. This is ridiculous.
This delightful accent is influenced by 5 decades of immigration from Cuba, from the Caribbean, from Central America. Way back in the year 1900, the area was seen as a swamp, and for that reason, it was sparsely populated. I mean, who wants to live in a swamp?
No, because like the thing is that I mean, the thing is that
But it's giving
that's the thing. The thing is that
the wonderful climate and growing Spanish community made it a hub for people fleeing Latin America, and then it also drew non-Spanish speaking Caribbeans. And when you look on a map, well, this area actually is in the Caribbean.
Déjame decir that I went to the club and it's like around the corner, and then we came back and then we're looking and we're going, pero tú sabes, and then they fixed their hair.
Florida's most well-known dialect is unique to this city, Miami. Without a doubt, Miami sounds have an affinity with Spanish pronunciation. After all, English has 20 different vowel sounds, while Spanish has only 5. So there's a special rhythm and vibrancy in Miami English that you just don't hear in other parts of the US. And as we saw, lots and lots of hand gestures. Another hand gesture is this, which is me simulating someone hitting the like button on this video, because when you hit the like button, when you like the video, it actually really helps out the channel, and I'm very, very grateful for your support. So please hit that like button. And of course, if you like videos like this, then you should probably subscribe to the channel too, because I make videos like this all the time.
You want to take all that and bring it home.
Who slowed it down like that?
Calm it down a little bit.
And now for something completely different. The accent's going to slow right down.
Who slowed it down
burning
like
hot
that?
region, slower delivery.
We have about 190 goats,
down south.
180 chickens, about the same number of ducks, Hanoverian horses, you name it, we've got it.
In the mid-1700s, wealthy British traders living in this part of America started dropping the R sound from their speech as a distinction of their class. But the rural classes, many still working on plantations, still pronounce the R, and you can hear that difference to this day.
Anywhere where it's so hot.
Mississippi, see? You gotta be Mississippi.
Alabama.
It's slow.
Or Alabama.
The southern accent is known for melodious sounds and vowels lengthened to a drawn. What's up with pen and pin? They both sound like pin to me. Of course, there are different southern accents, 7 in fact, and we cannot forget the beautiful southern aristocracy thing.
Do you think that was kind to bring your good-looking brother down here just to break my poor, simple country girl's heart?
Aren't accents fascinating? For me, accents are to language what salt and pepper is to food, and this is especially true if you're learning a foreign language, which, after all, is what this channel is all about.
We got snowmobiles, we got hill sliding, you know, it's a whole different season, and you love to enjoy, we're outdoor people, so we love to enjoy the outdoors, and we love the 4 seasons.
I bet you've been waiting for this one. The settlers who came here in the 1800s were, wait for it, Finnish, French-Canadian, Cornish, Scandinavian, and German. In fact, most of the descendants of Finns who settled in America are still right here in this very spot.
Hey, that's a good idea.
To this day, they use a German-Scandinavian ja instead of yes. And just to make the accent even cooler, there are a lot of Algonquian-speaking descendants among them as they were the first people here.
You have to work for it. You go out there and you work your job and you pay big bucks, or you just go out in the woods and cut down trees and
sweat a little,
have a lot of fun, have a little workout. You know, it's a good family time.
Anyway, this very distinct dialect has its own name. It's called Youper, or Youperese, from the acronym UP, Upper Peninsula.
To be a Youper, you had to be born a Youper, and really, if you aren't one, you really can't understand. You just know it.
And we are talking about, of course, the upper Midwestern accent.
He went to Green Bay with the guys
I ain't never heard of it.
bowling, and he was at a restaurant, and the waitress came over to one of the other fellows, and she said, "What country is he from?" And here he is, a genuine Youper.
One very recognizable thing that they do is end their sentences with a, and there's also a lot of then, there, that, instead of then, there, that. But what can you tell us about this dialect? Let us know in the comments.
So far, man, so far I can still hear like a southern accent or drawl in there almost with all these different, lingues that they're talking. So but like, I don't know why, but that one up north, you can hear that high pitch in it. Like, you can hear that almost, It's different.
This different. It's like the more you think you know about your country, the more you really don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what a Yupa is. Never heard of
Big
it.
beans! Yeah. They were awful good. So take down that road there. Once you get down to where Michael crashed his truck into that tree, you're going to want to take a left.
There's a party in the pit tonight.
And you're going to go down out into the woods. You'll pass Uncle Bucky's. Once you get out there, you'll want to take a right.
Spring? Yeah.
You mentioned
Mud
Bucky's.
season.
Any Stephen King fans out there? Now, I don't need to tell you
He
what
mentioned
this is.
Bucky's.
You definitely know. In this part of America, clearly the perfect setting for horror stories, there's a universal
Texas
agreement
Chainsaw
that goes something
Massacre,
like,
Texas.
hey, yeah, is that right?
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
I don't be hearing that.
They also speak like they have no R's, except at the end of words where they shouldn't be in the first place. So you get what linguists call the intrusive R. Intrusive meaning it shouldn't be there, it's intruded, like Lisa, or yoga, or pasta, or what is this? But they say the strongest version is down east.
You have to have kind of a in your sound because most tend to smoke or tend to have some kind of gruff activity that'll make their voice a little bit more gruff. So I said, say these words: Eastport Art Center.
And what are we talking about? It is the awesome accent of Maine. Maine stretches from Boston north to New Hampshire and all along the Maine coast, but kind of isolated from the rest of New England, and that's all it takes to end up with your own accent.
We don't have dinner, we have supper. We ain't busy, we're out straight. And if we're really busy, we're right out straight.
There's a similar origin story here to Canada's. It's an early French influence along with 17th century English and a bit of Scots-Irish thrown in. For a long time, the local accent was stigmatized as working class, and because of this, the thick accent disappeared. But I hear it's in a bit of a renaissance right now, and I hope that's true.
And now, guess what? That's what everybody want to know now, how we cook with damn bones and make things so good.
That's bad.
Like
We in the
neck
South.
bone. Now they tell you now don't eat too much because you cholesterol and all them things like that. But back then we ain't came up with no cholesterol. It was good eating.
Come on, man.
I really want to say Louisiana.
We back in Louisiana, bro. I don't know nowhere else they talk like this.
Right. It's somewhere in the South. She looked like a Creole woman to me.
Facts. Yeah. Angela, like she could cook.
But I mean, we've been saying everything Louisiana. So I don't know.
But this is hard down Louisiana right here.
I know.
You
if
can't
it's
go wrong
not,
with that.
I will be so surprised.
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to see what is
That's
that.
a Creole woman.
Well, I gotta hear that one more time because she said a few.
You now don't eat too much because you cholesterol and all them things like that. But back then we ain't came up with no cholesterol. It was good eating.
Now, this amazing and totally unique way of speaking developed in the secluded rice fields during the
South
Atlantic slave trade.
Flam is a person, place, or
South
thing who don't fulfill their
Charleston.
obligation. They say they're going to do something.
Galageechee.
They say they're going to do it, they ain't never come through. So
I hear
you say you're going to pick up the groceries from the grocery store, you ain't never pick it up. You flam.
That boy flam.
You ain't show up to work, you say you been coming? That boy flam. You flam.
The English they learned from the Anglo plantation owners were
South
modified by their many
Carolina.
African languages and the accents of lower class English and Irish servants.
I ain't know what you to call me for that for. Man, I been and did that. Man, that boy ain't tell you what I did. I been going get him. Yeah.
Nowadays, it's mostly African Americans who speak it, those living on the Atlantic seaboard of Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
Come here, go ahead and see. You horn out, y'all.
The Galageechee.
Look, that girl ain't a spool up. I ain't even to be talking to y'all boy regular day. I could be talking to y'all like this, okay?
And if you did a lot of camping as a kid, you might know the campfire song Kumbaya. Who doesn't? The song name is in this dialect. In fact, it's more than a dialect. It's an American English Creole called Gullah. Now, Gullah refers to both the dialect and those who speak it. Gullah's basic universal negator is ain from ain't, and they use an awful lot of multiple negatives. But you know what's also fascinating? I'll tell you what, it's how the US military teach their people foreign languages. They have a crazy...
Make sure you guys go check his channel out, man. Awesome work, bro. Because look, at the end of the yeah, it was fun. At the end of the day, you can all hear how different we talk just because of the location we in. But yeah, the gully really hit back to the south.
The Gullah, I mean, yes, the Gullah
really
in Louisiana. Sound just like I remember hearing a Gullah Geechee and I'm like, she sound like she's straight from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm Gullah Geechee. Listen, I love linguistics. I love it. Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.